Hey, Palumbi, we are almost done. And this is my last habit of the school year. Obviously, you want to keep on practicing these habits next week and the summer and the rest of your life. They're good habits to have. So let's get to it. I'm going to share the screen with you. I'm playing U2. I still haven't found what I'm looking for a reason. All right, so today's habit is sharpen the saw. And here's a quote from Mrs. Harder. You may not always end up where you thought you were going, but you will always end up where you are meant to be. So just like the song, if you don't feel like you found your place yet, you keep on finding it. You keep on hunting, you keep on trying new things, and you will find it. All right, we're gonna go to Sharpen the Saw slides. Woohoo! And before I forget, I am working on an Honors Day movie that I'm hopefully going to send out by tomorrow so that you and your parents could look at it and take a look at the students in our school that earned a reward. It's pretty cool. All right, so sharpen the saw. What does it mean to sharpen the saw? I think we all know that. It's like summertime. Well, it's not just summertime. So I try to find balance for my body, brain, heart, and soul. I understand that balance will keep me well-rounded and productive. Personal renewal will help me keep the other habits sharp. All right, so to discuss those things, sharpening the saw can be important in different parts of your life. I'm sure it looks different in quarantine days than it did when you were at school and you had a lot of other activities. Sometimes you have to, like for work purposes, sometimes you have to like just work and work and work to get a product done or to finish something, but you got to remember to come back and do something that's enjoyable to you, that are just going to give you that renewal. So here, what activities or family can you do to strengthen your body, brain, heart, and soul? And we've talked about that, but what can you do? So ask your family. All right, so sometimes giving up something will help keep the balance. What is something you could cut back on? And I know a lot of you could cut back on the video games and the social media if you just put it away and ask your parents, like, what's a good time to do something? Or your sibling or your friends, what's a good time to do something? Let's, you know. All right, so the last one is taking the time to keep the balance will give you time to use the habits. Yes. It's, you know what, if you talk to parents about how they balance work and family, I bet they'll tell you that it's the one thing that's a challenge for their entire life. It doesn't just go away. There's times when you have to give more to your work than your family, and sometimes your family needs you more. Family first, but you also have to work to keep bread and food on the table and pay the bills. So everything's important. It's just a matter how you manage your time and organize. Activities to keep the balance. Body, eat a balanced diet. I'm sure your PE and health teachers talk to you about it all the time. Try something new. Brain, challenge your mind, work on a puzzle. Heart, be a good friend to others. And not just in person, on social media, on the phone, anywhere you can. And so reflect on your mission statement. What was your mission statement when we started those over at Plumbee? And we got a final activity for you, courtesy of Mrs. Horn. I will be sending this to you. This is a perfect way. Okay, so this is the 8th grade one. The 7th grade one, very similar. It's the 2020 COVID-19 time capsule. I will be sharing this with you on a link, and you could copy it however you want. I'm going to replay that. All right, so put your own Bitmoji in here. Let's tell the story of the time that we were quarantined, and you can have this for the rest of your life. Work on this the next week, because you know things will become a little bit easier. You'll have time. Maybe share this with a friend. Work on it with a friend. Work on it with one of your siblings, your parents. Tell us how old you are. Favorite memories from this school year. my favorite, the lead day. Hearing about the volleyball championship from Mrs. Poe, that was exciting. The St. Baldur's Day, shaving the head. There's so many different things that we talk about. Just talking to you guys, I really enjoyed. Many of you. Your accomplishments. What were your accomplishments this year? I'm sure you had many. You just got to think of them. Find a quote that describes how you feel. It could be how you felt this year compared to another year, how you feel now, what I learned most throughout this experience. What am I most thankful for? The three things I am most excited to do when this is over. Well, I am excited to go to a pizza place, get pizza, and be with friends. I mean, I get pizza all the time anyway. All right, my community, where are you living during this time? What things are you doing to help feel connected? Or are you one of the people that were drawing great pictures out on the sidewalk? You could even take a picture and put it in here. Fill in circles with text or photos during this time. Okay, so what events did you celebrate? How did you celebrate? Did you have one of those parades? You gotta be careful. There's been a lot of accidents during those things. And the letter to your future self. What could you tell to yourself about this? This is like a diary. Perfect. And just, you know, diaries are great to get your feelings parts across. So like if you don't have like a close friend, or if you're going through trying times, social workers, psychologists will tell you to write in the journal. What are your goals, 8th graders, for high school? 7th graders, what are your goals for next year? No matter how that looks like. Because if we do have this remote learning, we got to make sure that we're working hard. We can't keep on saying that this is tough. It's tough to organize. We got to get with it. And then interview your parents. And then we say goodbye to 8th grade. We're going to say goodbye to everybody, but you still got a little bit of time. 8th grade, your 8th grade graduation will be next Thursday, and I will be sending out a link to you and your parents. I probably will put it in 2 places, on YouTube and on a Google Doc link to share with you. What else? And the Honors Day thing will be coming out tomorrow, probably. Well, I'm sure you'll hear from me again, and I hope you guys can reach out to me one way or the other, whether I see you next year or I don't. Take care, everybody.